early in the morning, come out and give these mounted brassavolas those nice roots, give them some nutritious water. Check out the nice healthy Dendrobium linguiforme. Being on a mount, you can just water up to 2 times a day because they're going to dry out. Another one down here, Leptotes bicolor. Did you know Lycast is a glutton for water? You can water that a lot. These are repotted because they were having bug wars. They were eating a lot of bugs and a lot of bugs were eating them. So I repotted them into cocoa coir. It's a block, a compressed block of substrate. And it has a nice, it doesn't have anything in it. It has acidic properties, so it's ideal for the pitcher plants, and they will make a recovery pretty quick. They're pretty quick to grow back. This is all that's left, but it's a healthy I was going to say snapdragon. It's a healthy Venus flytrap. I was watching on YouTube, so you can let their water dry right out on their tray before you put more water in. You don't want to have them drowned in water. You're going to see how they go. Yeah. Hi, welcome back to my life with plants. I'm Newman, and I've come out at 5:30 in the morning. It's actually a bit late now to water these Vandas. Also over here, so pretty much these plants dry out. I see some roots in there. It's going to be a whopping 38 today, which is just far too hot for any plant. They have this shade cloth here that's about 70 or 80%, but still then it's going to be very, very hot. And these plants, this one is just slightly moist, but it's been growing really well. Dendrobium kingianum. This is one of my cattleyas, and it looks like it's got a sheath coming, so it's going to flower, which is great. Cattleyas can dry right out in between waterings, so I've just been giving them a light water. They seem to do better that way. This Cattleya beringiana has put that growth out right there. So that'll be 2 growths it's done so far. And it does need a repot. When I do so, I'll be just slipping this pot into a bigger one. I'm not able to look around the back there very well. We do have this coming into bud I'm not sure if I will get flowers or not. I should. There's no reason why I shouldn't. You can see inside there. Right, so they do need a water. They're going to go through some mighty stress today with some super high temperatures. Didn't realize I had my finger over the lens the whole time. You're probably getting out of your chair and moving over to the left side of the screen to see what's going on. Me blocking it. And the little bag up there is actually a slow release fertilizer. So being an open rooted orchid, you got to come out every day. If you miss a day here and there, it doesn't really hurt it. But why am I doing this is trying to get as much good healthy growth before the winter. And now to this side. So this one's been growing really well. You can see new growth on this. Renee Marks. Remember, this Cattleya is in a pot. I've actually unpotted it once before to see what's going on down there after I've been watering it, and it dries out thoroughly. This is how it likes its watering. Just like that. One at the, it's called Young Kong, Wincolaleo Cattleya Young Kong. There are plenty more out there that look like Young Kong or resemble it, but I'm not going to buy them because I have the one and only giant Cattleya. It's taken up a lot of space, and also I have so many other plants. This one was gifted to me. It's my Laleo Cattleya Blue Heaven. Dinards. Sounds like diehards. We've got another Cattleya here, look. See those nice roots coming out. So bifoliate, kind of like the Beringiana there. It does have these new canes coming out. It's growing in sphagnum. Trust me, they don't need a lot. Not Cattleyas. Because they're in pots too. You just need a good going over like this, and they will dry right out. And that's how they like it. They don't like to be soaked in water and then they have water remaining around their roots, and it's kept kind of like that. Not these ones. That Cattleya lundii is quite an exception. It seems to like being moist. Pump up the bottle again. This Renee Marks. There's no label, just got its water for the day. Up here, we've got Bifrenaria. We've got this one that's just growing in a basket of pumice stone. Give that one a good watering because it'll dry right out. We've got this mounted one. Actually has quite beautiful flowers. Some mini Cattleya. Put on this big branch. Being a mounted one, you can just water like crazy. You can water it quite freely and it will dry out pretty quick. This one's in sphagnum and it's just a Kingianum, Specio Kingianum. That'll be enough. This is another one that just gets a good watering. I suppose you're wondering why I just don't get a watering can and do it that way. For some reason, during the peak of the summer, when you water them and they get thoroughly soaked, it seems to do damage to them. And they seem to like that. And the reason why is because they're in a pot. But when they're on a mount, you can just water them all over as much as you want, even twice a day. But when they're in a pot like that, okay, and you soak that, and it's going to get to 38 degrees. I don't like it at all, because we have humidity during the night as well. During the winter, if I am to soak that pot, that would be fine. Get a very low humidity in the winter, a lot of sun exposure. Of course, I bring them inside. But to have them like soaking wet and in a pot in this heat, they don't like that combination. They like to be watered and dry out. So believe me, if I was to soak that pot, like tip water in it until it's all nice and wet, it would start killing the root system. Up here I got my Vanda green light. And we've got this Cattleya Irricolor. Hopefully Irricolor is going to do something one day. It's going to flower one day. It does have a new growth. Coming away there. Better let you guys stare off into the jungle for a second. So I can turn this mug around to the other side. There it comes. Yes, I learnt my lesson. One year I thought I would soak the pots. So yes, they need a good soaking. And the ones in the pot got some big trouble with their roots. I actually lost quite a lot of my cat leaves. So that was a mistake. So getting back to watering, if anything's in a pot like that, even if it's in bark or if it's pumice, mainly pumice, it's still in a pot, so you don't need to give it that much water. So if you're going to go around with a hose, with the rose head on the hose, and you're watering your cattleya and they're in a pot, and you've got extreme heat like we do here, like we're going to get 38 degrees, you just want to give it a quick going over, a quick squirt. Whatever you do, don't soak them. They just don't like it, being in a pot. They just like to get a quick, light watering, because you've still got that humidity going around. Everything on a mound, and you have the rose head on your hose system. You can just keep watering and watering it, because it can't get saturated, right? It's going to dry off, which is what you want them to do. That's just the growing tip for the day. Do not overwater. And what else do we have? Look at this lovely terrestrial orchid. Now, there's two plants that resemble it. One is a native of Africa, and it has clusters of white flowers that are quite fragrant, and the other one is a Lundia or something like that. I don't know which one I have. I'm not sure. But down there has a new sprout coming out. Coming up. These two here are from the last year. It hasn't flowered for me. And it does love a lot of heat, so it has no problem with growing out here in the heat. Right next to its buddy, it looks like a whole lot of candlesticks. It's from Madagascar. From the Slepidaceae family, or the same family as Stapelias, and what's the other one? Stapelias, Hoodias, and milkweeds, all in that same family. So I'm hoping this will flower for me. It's starting to get these keikis coming off. Hopefully, it's not exactly a fast grower. Okay. I think that is it. This one has these roots coming right over the other side. You can see them poking out there. And up here are my epiphytic epidendrums. Epidendrums are those tree-dwelling epiphytic tropical cacti. They're still like a cool tropical, not boiling hot. So they tend to come from the south of Brazil. where it's more, about 35 degrees, I would think, well, under that. When it got repotted, I've been growing this one for about a couple of years from a tiny little cutting. Just that one, you can see that label on it, just that little section is where it all came from. But I got to keep up with the repotting. And that one there is, I don't even know if I got the camera aimed at it. And that one is going to have magnificent blooms on it when it does. Very spectacular. If you love cacti, you got to get that one. Don't know what it's called right off heart. Just epiphyllum. You could call it the fishbone cactus. It has magnificent flowers. So this Vanda here has been putting out a good lot of roots. Yep. And this one actually gets direct sun from the morning up to 3 o'clock. So it's getting on to 6 o'clock. So that's 10 hours. And as 3 o'clock is coming around, the shade will start coming in. So it gets a lot of direct. And this one here is also quite happy here. It was getting a lot more. It was actually only hanging in there, and for some reason it didn't like it, so it preferred just a little shadier, so I've hung it up high up here. And I have these wire for bonsais that I make my baskets with, so I can bend the wire right around. There's no chance of it falling off. But it's looking much healthier now. I don't like it in a pot. I'd rather just have it with a free hanging root system. But it is in a pot and I can't rip it out. Do too much damage to the plant. But when it does grow, it usually offsets from the bottom. These Vanda stylus types, they branch out from the bottom of the plant and make new plantlets. And when it gets to the point where it's overgrowing the pot, I would just take those out and not let them kind of hang free like that. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you have orchids in a pot, water them lightly like I did. And this is the tropics here, so our temperatures are super hot. And if you're living in Florida, so shout out to Nelson, and he said he's getting daily rain, then you just want to leave the cattleyas alone, even if they are underneath the eaves here. You just don't want to water them on days when you get, or if you need to, because they're drying out, because they're under the shelter. You just wanted to give them a good quick watering with a sprayer like that, or if it's a hose with the rose head, just a quick over it. You don't want to soak them. Yes, and that's all for today. Orchids are looking much healthier than they did last year, so the watering is the practice is right on cue. And we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.